I have to admit, for a while now, I've been under the impression that the TNG episode Journey's End was regarding the descendants of the group of Native Americans featured in this TOS entry, the Paradise Syndrome. Not a very liked episode, I think, and I can understand why. Silly premise, condescending depiction of Native Americans. Most of us would rather watch an episode of more of a sci fi concept than the weak what if triviality displayed in this title. I'll admit to liking Paradise Syndrome okay when watching it, but I know it isn't one of the highlights of the program, and I find it challenging to defend it from many of its critics. However, I do like the visuals. I enjoy Shatner's sincere, likable performance. I like how Spock and McCoy attempt to handle this rather delicate issue, and I enjoy the new agey vision of the Native American descendants, as tasteless and fanciful as it might be, obviously. The episode can be a bit boring, and the idyllic love story which the narrative focuses upon, well, not idyllic necessarily, upon might be a bit too sanitized for some, and it works better being viewed as part of a set of episodes rather than as one's primary evening entertainment. But if you have measured expectations, I think this can be a fun and pleasing viewing experience. Just never ever take it at all seriously. I'd like to read out a couple of at least one IMDb review. This is from 2006, Copper 1963. Stay away from the lodge and maiden of your choice. The only show from the final season to venture out into the sunlight, this Jud Taylor directed saga registers highly as one of the best from that third season's roster. It was in the lead-off position and had to come out fast. The budget must have burst a leak at the purse strings and a good deal of cash spilled away, and so the rest of the season had to be sacrificed, like Kirk's wife and child, for the good of this production. Nevertheless, the dollars spent are present on screen and are well divided between special effects and dramatic elements. The musical score by Gerald Fried is lush, emotional, and thunderous, but never sappy. I like how the story unravels over a period of months. The actress who plays Miramani enjoyed numerous roles of rebellion and angst throughout the 60s. I have the Paradise Syndrome at home in my collection. I think because it poses legitimate questions about man's place in the cosmos. Pine trees replace ship beams for a greater organic effect. A mammoth asteroid and giant obelisk covered with ancient writings produce impressive set pieces as well as obstacles for the captain and the rest of the crew to contemplate and decipher. Spock solves the riddle. He always does. And that is a little bit, an excerpt from this review from one Bogmeister from the January 2007. The theme in this one involves placing Kirk in a scenario completely divorced from his usual duties and watches other true self emerge, the gentle, unhampered Kirk existing in all of us working stiffs. This all sounds very ambitious for a TV episode, but Shatner's over-emoting, hard to buy into plotting and a slipshod pace does it in, undoing much of the tragic impact at the end. I was more interested in these unknown advanced aliens who may be the same unseen puppeteers of Assignment Earth.